What's going on, guys? This is the WWE fan guy. Today's video I want to talk about is the lack of development, lack of storyline, and why Monday Night Raw, WWE Monday Night Raw, has been so boring lately. Ever since the worst pay per view of the year, Backlash. Since Backlash and the past Raw leading up to Money in the Bank pay per view has been horrible. You know, you can call this a rant because I'm pretty pissed off. The talent on the roster, so much potential on that roster. Yes, it has the deserving name of an A show, but it hasn't been acting like the A show. It hasn't been acting like an A show. Heck, even SmackDown Live is more of an A show the last couple weeks than Monday Night Raw. I still think Monday Night Raw can redeem itself. But the talent on Monday Night Raw, the potential it has, uh, there's no question about it. That's very disappointing the last couple of weeks of Raw. You know, Heck, I didn't even get to finish Raw last night because how bad it was. Doesn't mean I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not a fan of wrestling. I'm still a big fan of it, and I'm still always gonna support it, from the good to the bad to the ugly. Um, I will always, I just thought it was so horrible. I couldn't stand it in the last hour. Most of the, I had to skip most of the matches and watch pretty much. The matches that I liked was the Fatal 4-Way, the beginning of the match with Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon and Natalia, and then of course the Triple Threat, or yeah, I guess it was, I don't know, with Braun Strowman and Finn Balor and somebody man, and I think it was Kevin Owens. Yeah, those matches were good, and it was good lead up to the match. But there were some matches that were horrible and pretty much proved my case on what has been going on the last couple of weeks of Raw. Especially, I love Roman Reigns, but they've been putting him on a shit fest of a feud with Jinder Mahal. Who's Jinder Mahal? He went from the ugly, in my opinion. He went from being SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Champion, to pretty much he's lost in the shuffle of Monday Night Raw. They pretty much run out of ideas. Not only with Jinder Mahal, but with other people, and everybody's lost in the shuffle, in my opinion, and especially Roman Reigns, especially a top guy like him. It's pretty surprising why that he's not in the Money in the Bank, but supposedly, putting them in a match, right before pay per view didn't make sense, and I knew something was gonna go something stupid. This segment they had, it wasn't even a match; it was a trick all the way, and that just tells me, the writers, just that Vince McMahon's people and Vince McMahon himself run out of ideas. They don't even know what to do with these guys, and it's really, really unfortunate because it has a lot of bad management, in my opinion, that's run by people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, especially the people that's been in the wrestling business for a long time, and they should know what they're doing. But yeah, this just proves my point. Jinder Mahal, Roman Reigns. That's pretty much how Monday Night Raw has been the last couple of weeks. Repetitive matches. Having the same old matches. No creativity like how SmackDown Live. I give SmackDown Live credit because they have been mixing feuds, like one timers, like we had barely today with Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy, which was a great match. I didn't do a reaction because I just wanted to enjoy it. So yeah, you guys, I'm pretty sure y'all understand. I'm pretty sure y'all enjoyed it too. Um, but yeah, I thought that was a great match. Not to mention with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. The end of the interference, but this was still a good match, and they're having all these one-time matches, and it's all SmackDown Live, and that brings a lot of viewership, and they're very smart to do that, and something they're capitalizing on. and Raw's not. So yeah, I give SmackDown Live credit. It's been doing a great job the last couple of weeks leading up to Money in the Bank. You know, and Monday Night Raw, they've been doing okay with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. SmackDown Live, their build up has not been that good, but the Raw one has been okay. It's because Braun Strowman's been making it very entertaining, and he's been making Monday Night Raw been pretty good. Him and of course Seth Rollins doing the, he's been doing good. He's been on fire, but I don't like him, feuding with Elias. It just seems a little pointless and just another dude, that's in Seth Rollins' way. But yeah, and then of course the shit fest we saw. Before I get into this, we saw the same shit on SmackDown Live with Asuka and Carmella. Asuka, Carmella tapped out of Asuka, and just the same shit we saw yesterday. With Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. This was a shitfest segment. It was a bad promo. I give Ronda Rousey credit. I like her as a competitor. I think she's a hell of a talent. I think she's gonna do good in WWE. She's a Hall of Famer. She's a one-time talent that, a lot of women wish that was, that was like Ronda Rousey. That Ronda Rousey is a one of a kind, and that's that. But her promos were pretty much weak, and it didn't really. It was just a cringe fest, in my opinion. And of course, Nia Jax prevailed in the promo. She's a full-time wrestler. She knows what she's doing. She's been in the wrestling business for a long time. Not to mention her family members like The Rock and all the Samoans and all the Samoan dynasty. And she has been mentored by big legends like that. So she has a good background and on her. So yeah, but with Ronda Rousey, she has a lot of improvement she needs to do. I didn't like the ending because that just brings up more ideas and just makes WWE, what it is. Very, very predictable, and this is just another predictable. Because it was just made me think that something fishy is gonna come up, something bad's gonna come up, and it's leaning towards me to pick Nia Jax to win, because why make her tap out before a big match like that? So it just didn't make sense. And yeah, there's just another way of WWE being too predictable, making the writing too predictable, in my opinion. And that was just a cringe factor, and it could have been a better build-up, in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully, Money Bank pays off. They're always WWE always pay off after a big pay-per-view, and they always do good after a good pay-per-view. And I really expect the same thing. At Money in the Bank, I expect a good pay-per-view with a big match card. And yeah, I hope Raw gets better after this. But yeah, guys, what y'all been thinking of Raw last couple weeks? I know I'm not the only one that thinks Money Raw has been kind of boring, very predictable, and uneasy at times to watch. But we're still hanging on there. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next video, guys. Thanks again. Bye.